Oh, wow. Bitcoin is flying. Hello, everybody. What a squeeze. I had to just throw in any old random thumbnail for this, but I thought short squeeze was a nice thing to. Oh, my, look at this thing. Look at it. Right, okay. Let me just reset. I've just had my haircut. Come back and see things are going crazy. So, lots to cover, okay? Lots and lots to cover on this move. Let's forget that because that clearly has not happened. That was the situation that I was looking at if we failed to hold 50,500. All the traders that are trapped in this zone in short positions. I know there are a lot of traders trapped down here. They're still trapped. We've squeezed them, liquidated, and this is what I. This is exactly what we thought would happen upon taking these highs. You're simply not going to get a swing failure of a high that's this significant because this is every single bearish scenario out there basically at the moment. Every single bearish scenario that says we're going to go to 22k, we're going to go to 20k, we're in a downtrend, everything rested on this high. Okay, so that is pretty much any bear, sorry, in the market, that's their stop loss. As soon as that happens, just look at the size of that candle. This is a lot of short positions, a lot of trapped short positions liquidated. A huge amount of short stop losses taken, mine included. This was the, yeah, I had the short from here. That was the last compound of my short from these highs. I've now been stopped out of that short. I'm now 100% long on Bitcoin. Now, that's could obviously change, but this is a pretty big moment for the whole market. So really quite, yeah, interesting to see. So not going to get caught up and overexcited on this, but it's a massive move. This is what we've been looking for. I am hugely long from these lows and was slightly short from these highs, and oh, it's just played out so perfectly. I'm going to show you a few more charts and just look, Litecoin, okay? What was I say? I said this earlier that we could have one final capitulation from the alt BTC pairs sweeping their lows before getting a bounce. Litecoin, of course Bitcoin's doing it, but Litecoin took its liquidity, okay? Took out its low from back in March this year. Huge bounce off of that. Okay, we're back down at these lows again already. But just the reaction from the market, from everything that is going on right now. ETH, okay? ETH hasn't actually. ETH hit the weekly level. I'm still still catching up with all of the charts here, but yeah, this is a lot of fun. We're seeing this final capitulation from the altcoins. We'll see where ETH's liquidity is because that does seem to be coming down some more. We got a ton of stuff going on. I did have an alert on Aave, so this now has come finally into my green box that I've had waiting here since what, 20th of January, and I haven't had an opportunity to buy Aave since the 20th of January. This is what I've been waiting for, this area. I still think this low is going to get taken. I never managed to get in on a position on this coin. And now we're here. So this is an entire year waiting for a level to be hit. And we're finally coming into this area now. This I do massively believe is that final capitulation from altcoins before market just goes mental. And there's going to be a lot of fun over the next weeks. So I've got a lot of stuff on my watch list. I need to see what is going on with all of this right now. Comp didn't do quite so well. Coty. Okay, this is what we were looking for on here. We were at this 0.5, not good enough. I wanted to see it come down into this region. Now this is finally in an area where I'm interested in getting into a position on this. CTK, no, I think that was just looking interesting. Dodo, I'd have to see if that's taken the lows. Doge, EOS, hopefully has taken the lows as well. No, thinking of the wrong chart. Kyber getting there. Link below the weekly, so it has taken out the lows on this. Link's looking pretty nice, so Link could be a good opportunity for a bounce here. So yeah, I think it's a really, yeah, quite important day, I think, in the whole space, because this move, I haven't really seen any bearish scenarios from like decent traders that have Bitcoin breaking 53k and then retracing down for a bear market. I think it's going to be, yeah, we're looking pretty good right now. Sorry, I'm just quickly scrolling through this because I do need to see if there's anything that I need to look at. Tomo's another one. Okay, it swept its lows. If it can get a close back above this monthly and this weekly level, Tomo's going to be another one I'm looking at. TRB, right? Into our green box. That's sometimes all you need. Swept the lows. TRB, actually. This is probably one I need to enter into now. And the thing is, not to get overexcited on a lot of these trades, but these are the beginnings of an accumulation for me on altcoins. Now, that means Bitcoin could continue to go up, but this is areas that I'm happy to scale into altcoin positions on. If I have a green box there, I've told myself that I'm going to buy it, and I will buy it. So this is spot positions. It's not necessarily going in leverage, because we're going to see pullbacks on the market and we're going to see a bit of chop at some point. But these are areas that I'm happy to buy like pretty significant positions in order to get started again on the altcoins, because it's been a long time coming. YFI taking its lows, okay, taking its lows. That's the yearly low now on YFI. So TRB looking great, YFI looking great. Yearly lows have been taken. ICP, I'd like to have a look at this because we had taken a position on that, taken the lows again on here. But US dollar pair is doing great. Okay, and that's the thing. It's we're back into a style of market like it was earlier in the year. So we'll see how it goes. A range is likely. Important support held today. I'm going back and forth like a madman on this TA because I'm getting a sense of it myself because I have just gone out. But yeah, all is good. All is good. So, does anyone... Oh my god. Look at it! Just cut through everything. This is fun. Wow, Bitcoin. Let me just add, where was that on this chart? I don't have that level on my chart. So there's the squeeze. Yes. That looks great. Okay, let's have a look at the open interest. Oh. Open interest completely collapsed. Reset on that. Very healthy for, I mean, the squeeze that we've been looking at. Of course, we're likely to see some kind of retrace on this and putting in a range again now, but yeah. Yeah, it's not a lot that can be done on EXO. But look at these trap shorts and stuff around here. The final area to defend short positions just crushed. Okay, so let's have a look at this. TRB is Telly, yes. EOS also looks nice, so I'll have a look at EOS. Jacob, when you're talking accumulation, are you buying spot alts using your BTC or USDT? It's a combination of the two, okay? I've got money on the side in both, and I tend to just go, what's the pair in, and just buy some of it. It's like Chris has said in the comment below here, we've got a cycle reset now, so we're basically, yeah, looking at, as a lot of money is now going to be flowing in to Bitcoin, with everyone thinking Bitcoin's going to be mooning, Bitcoin's going to be mooning, a lot of alts sweeping their lows. I do think we're going to see a nice bounce from the alts. I do think Bitcoin's going to go on a run, and we're going to see overall dominance possibly increasing over the next week or so. But I'm looking for this to start getting into those altcoin positions, to start playing those bounces that will inevitably come. Okay, so you've seen these kind of bounces that we've managed to get on Litecoin. We're seeing bounces across the market. We're seeing Link again, that final kind of capitulation. We've got it on just across the board here. Massive volume as everyone exits out of altcoins, going into Bitcoin, which is the mistake that so many traders make. They will have exited their altcoins now, being like, oh, I'm losing so much Bitcoin, I'm losing so much Bitcoin, Bitcoin's going to the moon. They sweep the lows, and then alts catch up and pay catch up in like an insane way. So yeah, we'll see if that happens. It's still early days, so Bitcoin's only just kind of confirmed this as a proper breakout. I don't think you can say it's not a breakout anymore. The volume on this is like, we're looking at 5 times the volume that we would normally, even more so, 10 times the volume that we'd normally get on a half-hour candle right now. So yeah. Yeah, man, what a move, what a move. Let me just open up my, I want to be trading this a little bit as well. Okay, that's cool. So yeah, let me calm down a second. And let's do a little bit of analysis on this. So let's have a zoom out. Afternoon, Andrew. Thank you for joining us. Senti sitting in the park in the sun. It's a lovely day in London today. It's nice. It's a nice day. Okay. So let's just see how things settle down for a minute. I think that's the move now. I'm not interested in, yeah, you can see that there's a bit of interest in keeping this held down at this point. I don't know if those positions pulled or if they got filled. I think by the look of it, these short positions got pulled because you would still have seen it on this candle. So yeah, you can see what happened there with Binance especially holding price down in that region. BitMEX as well, holding price down a little bit in that region. You can see that there was a big short position probably defending themselves, trying to cover that there. Open interest, just insane. Bears have been absolutely annihilated. It's good to see. Funding. How's funding looking now? Is funding still neutral? Okay, so we were in negative funding yesterday, which yeah, which was looking pretty good. BitGet funding still neutral. So anyone anyone trading on this, so we're using this exchange now. We've been trading on this exchange recently, or I've been testing it out. We're going to be doing the trading competition later this month, so there'll be a lot more news on this BitGet trading competition coming soon. I'm going to do a video on it. We've got a nice referral link that gets you some bonuses to trade in the competition, some discounts on their trading fees and the usual stuff. So the BitGet trading competition is going to be coming soon. And you can see they've got nice negative funding. So if you want to be taking long positions, that is all looking good on that exchange. What else? Anthony knows. Hey, look, as a concerned crypto investor, I'm curious what you paid for that haircut. I know there's just a barber shop down the road. I don't have time to go anywhere properly. I just was like chop some hair off, and then I don't even know what it looks like. Stop making fun of me. It's better than the beardy hobo look that I had before. Peace drunken bat is invalidated. Yes. Are there any bearish arguments that? Yeah. What do bears have now? I guess what bears have now is that we're coming up into this, but on a macro level, we're coming up. 58k is going to be a big one. I do think that we're probably going to see a move up into 58k and then reject, and at that point, that's when 50k becomes really important. So let's just do a little projection of what I think could happen. I wasn't expecting this to happen this quickly as well. I was thinking we'd put in a range here for a little bit because I did say we'd come into 50,800. I did say we'd get there today, but whoa, wow. So let's do something like this. Let's float our way up into this area, get everyone really bullish, and then I think that does bring us back into these 50k targets afterwards. So I think that's probably what we're looking at right now. Is I do expect to come into this region on the chart, and then I think that we get a proper back test after that, because I reckon around here everyone's going to be like super super bullish by the time we get there. Then everyone will be talking about all-time highs. At that point in which everyone's talking about all-time highs, I think people are still in a bit of disbelief about just where Bitcoin is right now. I think we can come back and just fill in some of these inefficiencies. There's obviously going to be a big area of single prints here. As long as Bitcoin can continue to hold this level, there's going to be a big area of single prints here. So let's come back and fill those in a week or so after we've come up to this 58,200, 58k sort of region. So yeah, that will be probably my main plan now, which would be really nice. You get another flush, then you start to come back in, and then you give all-time high a real run later on in like later this month or something. We'll see what happens. Or it could just go like, yeah, bullish now, continue, because that's all the bearish arguments are gone. Maybe we don't see a pullback until our all-time highs. I don't know. We'll see. We will see. But yeah, 58,200 is the big one now. Is it 50? No, 58,800. 58,800 is the big level now to be aware of. Okay, point of control from our range back here. This is where we rejected previously. You got your monthly level. This is like what this weekly level was acting as before. What do you think of the yearly point of control and daily at 56.5k? Crypto Prince, welcome to the stream. I hope you are feeling better now. Yeah, let me hide this. Or actually, no, I can just come back and see that later. Hadn't yearly point of control moved down? Can't remember. Yeah, yearly point of control moved down. That's what was holding us. So we did move down into 47. We've got this high volume node up here. I just don't know. I don't know if there's enough confluence for me. There's an OB there. I don't see it as a hugely important daily level. It's just part of what was going on. But yes, it's just before we broke down. So let's put that on there as it is a bearish OB. Are you going to let me do anything on this? Trading view's dead. Okay, so this has to stay green. Trading view's just like, yeah, you know what? Not letting you do anything bearish on this chart. There we go. So we do have a little bearish order block there with a high volume node in this 500 region for sure. Monthly NPOC coming up. Is there another one? I thought we were through that already. I guess it depends what exchange we're looking at. Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah. 58k. 57,900, 58k. So that is everything within this region, yeah? So you've got your monthly level, you've got your... Let me put this back on the chart because this stuff's important now. We've got to be putting this on the chart. 59,800-ish. No. 59,800. What am I on about? 57,900. I don't know what I'm talking about. 57,875. Let's just put this to 100 tick. You may as well say 58k at that point, but it's on there. That is MNPOC. Okay. Have that as our pink little naked point of control. Because it's naked, it's pink. Okay. Monthly level 786-283. Daily AB. Possible resistance that could reverse us. As always, I prefer to go to the highest one because that's just what I see Bitcoin doing all the time. It goes through everything until it gets to the point where there's nothing above it, which is exactly what it's done here. Okay, we saw what happened yesterday. You go to the highest point that it can reasonably do within that move, or the lowest point that it can reasonably do within that move, and that's just what I tend to see Bitcoin doing. So yesterday we had a breakout of this range. Of course, you're not just going to go vroom in a straight line up, but the highest point that I could see price going was 51,800 for like a 1-day session. And that was like, okay, we've got 50k through that. You've got 50,500 through that. You've got a lot of resistance on the way up, but it comes to its highest point. In the same way as when you come down, okay, we had support areas on the way down before this accumulation, but it goes down to its lowest point, basically as low as it possibly can go before a reversal, and I'm looking at a similar thing there. I think this would likely go as high as it possibly can do with rejections off of each of them before going, okay, like we either reject here or we've got to go to all-time highs. There's not really any choice at that point, and then you go boom back down. So yeah. Monthly and 1.618 extension. That would be an interesting one. Yeah, let's have a look. I don't think that would be a 1.618 on this pool anyway, but let's have a look at this one, because that would be an interesting pool to be looking at. Is our low to our high. Our 1.618 comes in way up there. So there's our 1.618. Let's add our 1.272 in this region. Let's add our... Wait, what was the... This was an ABC, it was doing 618s, I think. I need to actually find the reciprocal of this. That's the wrong way. From reverse, we'll say 1.618. So 1.236. 23. No, can't remember. 1.414. 1.236, 1.270. It's all around the same region. Let's just keep it as a 1.272. There's interest there. Or, yeah. Do we have a 1-to-1 up here somewhere? Boop. Whoops. Boop. Cool. Yeah, nothing much on these fibs. Put it into log scale, it gets interesting. Wow. Log scale puts everything in this same region. But yeah. $63K 1-to-1. 1.618, 61,400. Similar regions. Let's lose this. We know our 786-83 is within the zone. That cleans that up a little bit. There's our resistance. Yeah, should we get the likes up a bit? Everyone listen to P. Can people smash up the likes? Let's get this to 50 likes. That'd be great. Thank you. Cool. Trading view seems to be lagging. I wonder what's causing this. Yes, I wonder. How's everyone's portfolios looking? Is everyone happy today? My portfolio's looking great. It's looking great. Oh, this is nice. Actually, okay, I've got a question for everyone in the chat, right? Because now we're back within this region that we were at earlier in the year. Okay, we're back in this range. That's like confirmed. Now we are back in this range. So here's a question for everyone. I want a yes or a no, or yeah, a yes or a no from everyone. Is your, and this is a good test to see if you are, not to say it, but if you're a good trader, or if you're trading efficiently enough to be outpacing the market, which you should be able to do on things like this, and also like you're not getting wrecked on this. So as we're in the same range as we were back here, is your overall portfolio looking better now compared to where it was in March and April of this year? So is your portfolio now stronger than it was back then? Because I think that would tell you a lot about where you are in this market and on that journey of trading. Because the point of all of this, now that we're back here, is you should be able to profit and really increase account size through these pullbacks. These pullbacks are good, and you should be able to really increase your account size on this. Now, on the other flip side of that is that if you're not quite at that level yet, and you're still getting trapped in overexposed at areas of resistance, then you've probably got a massively reduced portfolio size compared to where you were earlier on in the year. Now that's okay. All right, that's okay. Everyone starts there. I used to do that all the time. So I went through in the previous bear market, previous bull market, when we had corrections, I would panic and I'd end up back in the area that price was with a portfolio like half the size of where I left it. And I just kept giving my profit back to the market on every single correction instead of capitalizing on that correction and making money back on the way up and on the way down to increase my portfolio size. Now that's a major thing. That's something that obviously everyone here will learn, but it's an interesting, yeah, just an interesting test to see where everyone is in their kind of development and all of this. So what have we got? Paolo's good. Notorious PAP's looking good. Mods not yet. She Trends not yet. Kalen's 250% up since April. Good. Douglas not yet. So that's why you're here to learn. Good. Delirium yes. Dominico, let's say just recovered with way less risk. Good. Senti, of course. Filippo, good. A little bit of gain, but not big. Missed all the big moves, yeah. First to fire, didn't have a portfolio then. So you got in at a great time. If you didn't have a portfolio back here, you got in a great time. So yeah, it seems everyone's. Of course, there's a few of you guys who are down on overall portfolio size from where you were back here, but that's okay, yeah. It's okay. Hopefully, the fact that you're still here is a massive thing. And outpacing the market's really, really difficult. But the fact that you're still here and interested is a good sign. You wouldn't be here if you got beaten down and liquidated and you'd given up. It's the people that got liquidated and have given up that don't have hope. But for you guys who are saying no, the fact that you're here means that the next time this happens, hopefully you'll be able to profit from it. So yeah, that was a little motivational speech. I don't know. I'm at 3/4 of March money. Used to be a pleb and blew a ton of money. Now the Taurus school got me trade safer and better. Good, good. Umar, May to July was hard. 20% down 20% after the big drop. Now the same since all time high. Nice. Yeah. And that's the thing. That's what we're here to do is to help hopefully help yeah, people who have got in those situations overexposed at the highs or too afraid at the lows. Like back here, a lot of fear in the market. Back here, a lot of fear in the market. Back here, a lot of fear in the market. Back here, a lot of FOMO in the market. Back here, a lot of FOMO in the market. And you see the thing? Like, you've got to be flipping that. You've got to be selling these, buying these. And sometimes that's all you need. 5 trades in a year could change people's lives one way or another. And that's the thing. Once I started looking into TPO and all the advanced TA, I barely make money. Okay, so I think this is a really interesting point as well. So from Zero to Drift Hero said, once I started looking into TPO and all the advanced TA, you barely make money. So first of all, I'd say, when did you start to look at TPO and advanced trading styles? Because I'd say for most people, when they start getting really serious about trading, it's during market conditions like this, okay? Which is incredibly hard to make money in. And if you'd been using the TA that you were using that was profitable through all of this, you would have lost money here no matter what you did. The good thing about using the more advanced stuff is that it gives you confirmation of what's going on. So you can really understand exactly what's going on. And yes, it takes time to learn, and you'll probably find yourself tripping up and being confused about what works, what doesn't work. But that's why you just need the screen time. You can't say, yeah, it's understandable that when you start to learn things like market profile, when you start to learn about delta, when you start to learn about volume, about order flow, and about all of those things, it could be a bit overwhelming and you take some wrong decisions on that. But keep at it, yeah, because this is the stuff that works, and this is the stuff that I think any professional trader out there will say changed them completely. Because yeah, you can trade with moving averages, yeah, you could probably trade with market cipher, but you can only do that if the conditions are right. What the other TA allows you to do is to be able to trade all of this stuff profitably as well. So you see markets everywhere, or analysts everywhere, the people who basically the moon boys, the crypto Twitter lot, the larger traders, the not traders, but the larger traders who are in this space can only really profit from this period of a market. And when things come down here, they're just like, oh, don't trade a range, don't trade a range, don't trade a range. And they just don't know what to do. So that's the thing. It allows you to be able to trade any condition no matter what. So we're able to make probably more money down here than we were able to up here. Like I was selling all of this. I was like really probably underexposed in the market. And if we'd have carried on higher, I wouldn't have made much money. But as you come down here, that's the time that you can really capitalize. So yeah, I think that's another kind of interesting point. Um, yeah. Senti back to work, back to the day job. I'll see you later, mate. Elon is the future token, guys. Would it be sensible to long any minor pullback now? Not expecting any major pullback before 57k. Yeah, I think we'll have a look at that, right? We'll have a look at that in a minute. Anti-POP. Biden wants to make a $3 trillion coin to clear our national debt. I wonder. Maybe US government are massively in Bitcoin right now. Yeah? Maybe they're massively in Bitcoin and maybe they need to get Bitcoin up to levels where it can make the US government $3 billion, $3 trillion. So we're at what, $1 trillion market cap? So maybe we're going to $4 trillion by the end of this cycle. And then the US can go like, vroom, take everyone's money, ban Bitcoin, take all the Bitcoin and pay off their national debt. There's an interesting scenario. Okay. Dominico, what do you think of Bookmap? Bookmap. I'm not a fan of Bookmap. I don't think it's a particularly good product. It's okay, like it's just a bit slow and tedious and not very good. I like Trading Light. For anything order book related, Trading Light's just my go-to. Yeah, Bookmap has an aggregated thing, but Trading Light's the one that I like. So it's okay. I don't particularly use it very much. Um don't know why my little crosshair thing has gone on this thing. Yeah, there we go. So could we long, I don't know. Jacob, percentage wise, how much are you currently exposed to crypto stablecoins? I'm not, I'd say probably 70% in crypto, 30% in stable at the moment, roughly. So, yeah, I don't think there's a huge need I probably allocated quite a significant amount of my I did allocate a lot of my stable coins in at these lows, so I'm more majority crypto at the moment, majority Bitcoin, and now just started getting back into the alts as well. So I would have been, say, 70% Bitcoin. No, I was probably like 50% Bitcoin, 20% altcoins, 30% stablecoin. Now I'd say I'm probably reducing my Bitcoin position more into the alts and reducing my stablecoin position more into alts as well. I don't quite know. I'm not quite sure. Maltus, have you looked into TRDR? Yes, I have. Again, I prefer trading light. So TRDR is cool. I like their like the dominance bands and stuff that they've got on there. But now you can do that kind of thing on trading light as well. It looks pretty good. Don't know where we could take a. Let's just have a look. Local stuff. So we're getting a pullback. You could expect that from the point in which we broke out. Let's look at maybe the golden pocket on here. There we go. Yeah, now's a good time to probably attempt to scalp long. I'm actually going to do it if I have time. Um, Damn it. Where's my thing? There. Cool. See if we get a bounce from this region. I think that's quite a nice pullback from this, and I wouldn't really like to see all of this filled at this point. So coming into the golden pocket from our breakout point, reasonable enough to take a little scalp trade off of this. Of course, we're not just going to go down in a straight line. That would be ridiculous. So, well, it might do. I don't know. It could, maybe the ridiculous could happen, but we'll see. So I've just taken a little scalp long off of this. Actually, this could be a great chance to get into some alts now that we've had that pullback. Maybe I should just trade this. Bear with me a second because we have just had the pullback from those highs. So let me just get some trades going. Uh, Maybe I'll wait a bit longer actually. What do I buy here? There's so much choice. So much stuff you can buy. Swing trades long. Where's the ADA at? Missing opportunities by not trading, by streaming this and not trading it. Right. What good alts are in the buy zone? Yeah, Litecoin's one of them. Cardano's another one. Arve's another one. Arve's got its bounce a tiny bit earlier. I had limit orders there. Comp is another one. Comp actually is a really good one. Really nice. ICP, RSR. So much. Take your pick. There's so much stuff that's just at really, really nice levels right now. BNB. BNB has taken those. Not taking lows. That's an old level. But BNB is back into a support area. So much stuff. Uh, BTC. Yeah, so many opportunities right now. It's so good. Like I'd wait for reclaims on a lot of these things that have taken all-time lows on their Bitcoin pair. I'd wait for a reclaim on that. We'd see something like we saw on EOS earlier on in the year. But yeah, BTC is another one. Looks really. If it can reclaim, let's just take a look at this. Yeah. So if you want to play it safe, you got two levels, right? What I would wait for on BTC, and this is why a lot of these alts they could you can never be sure if BAO can get a reclaim back up onto this monthly, then I think it becomes a really really good opportunity, and you've got huge potential for like just insane profits on this. But I would wait for that reclaim first. I'd wait for that sign of strength because we just don't know if Bitcoin's just going to keep ripping and ripping and ripping up. You want to see altcoins bounce back a little bit. So yeah, this is a great time to buy if you want to buy a spot position. But if you want to if you want to take a trade on this, and you don't know enough about the fundamentals on it. So if you're thinking, okay, I'm an investor, I believe in this project, I believe in BAO. There's a few that I have done this on. As we're coming into lows, there's a few that I've just gone buy, but BAO I don't really know really what the project is so much. So I would personally wait for it to swing failure those lows, claim that monthly level, claim it as support, and then you're looking for like huge trade off of that. You can go massive swing trade off of something like that and like complete reversal on the market. So yeah, that's kind of my thoughts on a lot of this stuff. So BAO, really really nice setup, really nice setup, but I think still a bit too early. Like it's there, it could really do well off of this. Same with EOS. Okay, so this is what we saw with EOS, and this is what we want to see. So what EOS did, okay, it had its monthly level, it had its all-time low. What you got off of this was swept the lows, came back in, put in an accumulation, and BAO could see something similar. And then let's zoom in more and see what it did when it reclaimed the monthly. Okay, so what you do, you then break out, you back test that monthly as support. Okay, I keep drawing all these squiggly lines on my chart, but you put in an accumulation. You After that accumulation, you had your golden pocket. There are opportunities to trade it within this area and to accumulate, but the actual trade is the reclaim of the level. Okay, and at that point you can go like pretty hard on into a trade because you've changed market structure at that point. You would have had a trade that looked something like, and I traded this myself, so it was a trade that looked something like this. You're taking it from your monthly. You would put your invalidation here. You're already on that trade, and probably looking up towards these highs. But overall, you got a move up of 70% until its first little retrace, and that could carry on 280%, 230% move. So I took this trade on EOS. You get a 230% move out of it just by waiting for that reclaim. And I do think BAL is something that could be similar to that. So if we do go back over, what we could look at. So let's just, maybe it won't be as reactive as this. But if you can start to see, okay, we come up into here, we start to chop around a bit, this will probably get resistance first of all. Then you can look at your fibs, try and just copy what happened previously. This liquidity area is down there, which looks quite nice. Maybe you'd want to see it taking out this. Maybe it wouldn't come as low as the 618. But let's say price comes into here, puts in an accumulation, and at that point you take this trade and just go boof. So you can either accumulate it within this area, or you can just take the trade on the reclaim. And that's generally what I do with these altcoins. Band is another one that's looking just so good right now. Bcash. Bell. Oh, so much stuff. So much stuff out there. Yeah, I might have to go shopping again in a minute. Cardano in an area again, so looking to build this position. This was the first time I was interested in buying Cardano. We're at this golden pocket region. This is what held us last time. I'm looking for a move up. So I've got a trade basically looking something like this on Cardano, just scaling in around this area. So again, you've got huge potential on this trade as well. Sushi took the lows as well, man. That's what I mean. There's everything has. Sushi. I can't buy everything, but I want to. I'm going. How could you not trade that when you see that this has happened? You see that it stopped people out. This is the thing. I can't keep up with every alt, but if you see that happen, it's just such low risk because it's established that this is support for such a long time. Then it just stops people out, and now we're literally looking for, like, you can place your invalidation below these lows. And there's just so much opportunity on them. Yeah, some of them might not work out, some of them might go lower. We saw that happen with comp. But if you hit the right, if you get the right ones, this is silly. Then just by trading a range here, you're looking at 100% returns. You're looking at like a 13 to 1 trade. Just take it down to this, okay? If we lose this level and you get acceptance below, like this is last chance for something like sushi. If you can't hold here and you can't use this as a spring and then get a move up back up to your range highs, you're going to come down into this area here, okay? So you're going to be coming down into like a lot lower. So either you trade it as a range, you're looking at 100% move up, or it gets acceptance below this area, in which case you're probably looking at least another 40% down. So it's just very low risk to trade this because you'd be out of that trade and you'd then be 40% down and you can buy more of it when it comes lower. I've got to do some shopping. I've got to buy some TRB because I hadn't bought TRB. At least place some limit orders at the very least on this. Where is comp now as well? Neo looking good. Oh, okay. Lena. Yeah, cool. I think okay, I've probably done about an hour on this stream. I think I'm going to probably call it there because I just want to trade this stuff now. I can't yeah, I can't trade and stream at the same time. It's really difficult. So I want to start placing some orders on here, but there's a lot of stuff I'm looking to buy. I hope I've covered a lot of that in here. Aave, Cardano, Bao, lots of stuff looking really good, but you've just do your own research. Don't just do what I'm saying because I do like a shopping spree on these dips. Most of the time they work out really well, but I'm not going to say obviously there's no financial advice in this at all. But these are the kind of trades that I just really like to trade. So I'm going to do that. So yeah, thank you everyone for watching. I hope that has been helpful for everyone. Take a look at the charts. Know the kind of thing that we're looking for here. Okay, so just finally, let's find an alt that's done something like this. Okay, you find something that's put in a range and has taken a low. There's an example. Okay, FLM, significant low being put in. You can take this on a daily chart as well. So what we're looking at, swing failure pattern. Okay, very, very simple. If you want to be safe on this, wait for the daily close. You don't know where the daily close is going to be, but if you want to be safe, let's say, for example, FLM, it's been in a range since May. If you take out the low of this range, close above it, that's a swing failure pattern that takes you back up to the range highs, okay? Look for stuff that looks like this. Understand the way that these things work. This is the Bitcoin pairs, remember? So you can take those trades on USDT positions, but this is why I chart the Bitcoin pairs, because they are the ones that really show what's going on, because everything recently has been dominated by Bitcoin. So you cannot trade the USDT pairs because they're 90% just doing what Bitcoin is doing and following the moves. You can't really get those trade opportunities from there. Look at the BTC pairs. They're the ones that give you the real moves. Then at some point, as these alts start to outpace Bitcoin, then you can start to switch over to your USDT pairs. But if Bitcoin is outpacing altcoins, there is no point looking at the USDT pairs because they will just be doing what Bitcoin's doing and underperforming. The only reason you want to be getting into altcoins is if they have an opportunity to overperform Bitcoin. And for that, you have to be able to look at the BTC pair. So that's why I'm looking at the BTC pairs and not the USDT pairs at this time, because they're not outperforming Bitcoin. Once they outperform Bitcoin, then we can switch over. But again, there's a whole other kind of, that's another video in itself of why I do that. But hopefully that explains it. Anything else I need to say before I go? Because this is all happening really quickly. Yeah, I hope that made sense. Hopefully. If you can find confluence between Bitcoin pairs and USDT pairs as well, that's great. But yeah, just be aware of what the Bitcoin pairs are doing. That's what matters, because you wouldn't otherwise you just trade Bitcoin. There's no point looking at the USDT pairs until they outpace. I don't need to keep repeating it. Yeah. YFI taken a low, okay, on its BTC pair. So this is just one other example. You've got a low here from back in March. You've got another low down here, but I'm not sure if that maybe is a bit too low. But we'll see what happens. you could be looking at this as a swing failure pattern. That is a trade setup. But if you go onto the USDT pair, it's not really a trade setup there, okay? And that's how you do it. You trade where the setups are, and the setups right now are on the BTC pairs. So, thank you everyone for watching. I'm going to go away and trade this stuff. And yeah, I hope everyone has a great rest of the day. Enjoy the profits. Looks like that scalp long I took is playing out as well. So we did take that scalp long off of the 618. We'll just very quickly go back onto this because that is one trade that I am in. There we go. We've got our little bounce off of this. Let's see if we can come back up towards. Okay, let's just very simply. This is what I'm looking at. And then we're going to put in a range between these levels, okay? 55k down to 53,800. Looks like a little range to be playing for the rest of the day, hopefully. We'll see how it goes. Thank you very much. I will catch you later. Bye.